Hey everybody, Miles here. Let's see, I wanted to get us started with a new document in Flash and show you guys how to set up a background layer for the bouncing ball assignment. So I've got Flash open and I'm going to come up here and make a new file, New, and I'll choose just the top one, ActionScript 3.0. It's fine for what we're doing. We're not really worried about the web. Sometimes you want to use an older ActionScript 2.0 or one of these for if you're doing a different application. But for us, this is great, 3.0. Okay. And here we go. My workspace is set up differently than the default. I'm used to doing this workspace. I kind of like this better. So I'm a classic kind of a guy. So up here, if you want to mimic my workspace, it's under Window, Workspace, Classic Rock. Oh yeah. Classic, isn't it? All right. So now I'm going to come up here and double click on my layer name, and I'll name it to background or BG. And I'm going to go over here to the toolbar, which is now on the left, and grab the line tool. And the line tool and all of these tools, like the pen tool, use this pencil color over here. Flash has these two colors, the fill and the stroke. And so the pencil and the line tool will use the stroke color. So they're both set to black, so you don't really notice. But for instance, if I set my fill color here to red, the brush will use the red, but the stroke and the pencil will use the black. So line tool, come out here. Snapping, which is over here, is turned on. So it'll just snap really easily to a horizontal line, which is what I want in this case. And notice that the line is black. And it's okay if it goes off of the stage because you won't see that in the final video. Okay, now that I've got my background set up, I'm going to come up here and make a new layer. There's the new layer button. And I'll name this to ball. Yes, indeed, it's the ball layer. And I will go out here and I'll use the brush tool. And my stroke is, the fill is set to red. So when I draw out here, it'll be a red ball, which is fine. And also, I've got my pressure sensitivity turned on, a round shape, and then a smallish brush size. And that's where all those things are. And so I'll come out here, draw my ball. Looking good. And I'm going to do a 17 frame bounce. Also notice that my frame rate is set to 24 frames per second for this exercise. You could do 12, that's fine. But I'm going to go ahead and use 24. And come out here to frame 17. And then right click or use your pen tool button to click and say insert blank keyframe. Oops, that was kind of fast there, sorry about that. Insert blank keyframe. So right click, and that's where the insert blank keyframe command is. Since I already inserted a blank keyframe, I'm not going to insert another one now. I'll just get off of it. And so now I've got this going on, and if I scrub in the timeline, you'll see that my background disappears. And I want to extend this background all the way out here. So what I'm going to do is, I think it doesn't work. There's the only way to extend this from a single frame. This is a little quirk in Flash that I'm not particularly fond of. But what I have to do is go out here to where I want to extend it to on the timeline, right click, and choose Insert Frame. And that always struck me as a little bit awkward, but there it is. So now when we scrub, the background stays through the whole range. And see, from here now you don't have to keep doing that awkward insert frame. You can just hold down on the Command key and grab the edge of it and move it to wherever you want. One of the things I'm not fond of in Flash that's related to this is it's really easy to accidentally insert a keyframe where you don't want a keyframe, and it's hard to kind of move these ranges of frames around. It's kind of a pain. So just keep that in mind, that you want to just keep your eyes open when you're moving frames around on the timeline. And you can do it. It just takes a little bit of thought, and a little bit more thought than a dullard like me is used to giving to these things. So anyway, just remember that once it's extended by using the insert frame command, right click, insert frame. Not going to do it again. Then you can use command and click and drag the edge to extend your background wherever you want. Okay, and time for the next video.